Hey guys, it's Jen. Okay, well, continuation as usual. For those that don't know, I have a POS phone, limited access to Wi-Fi, and then with YouTube and its new regulations of live stream if you have 1,000 subscribers, which now I'm hearing it's going up to 5K. I don't have anywhere near that, so for me to record a video, muster up the courage, do all the research and studying to back up everything, and then try to, in some way, eloquently express that is very difficult for me with the limited resources that I have. So, my problem mostly lies where I can envision, I can calculate things, I can do all my work in my head, so to speak. But then when I try to verbally express it or explain things and break it down and reduce and simplify and, back to basics, try to explain it, I have a problem. Only because with my mind, and that's my difficulty to try to conquer and overcome, is like a massive quantum computer, and terms are very scientific or like medical terminology, a lot of prophecy and things, different languages. It's just so complicated. So I try to think, okay, if I was someone who was uneducated or unaware or oblivious or illiterate or whatever, no judgment, believe me. How would I best learn? What would keep my focus, keep my attention? What would make it fun? What would make it intriguing to learn? And I don't want to be one of those humdrum educators, the astrophysicist nerd Jennifer speaking. I don't want to be that. And I don't want to be that Bible thumping at the podium, I am holier than thou, even though I wear a Rolex and have a mega church and you're homeless. So I'm not that person. I don't claim a religion. I don't claim a political party. I claim sovereignty as far as being a free being, able to choose for myself and make decisions based on knowledge and education. And that's my problem, is that these days there's so much miscommunication, misappropriation, miseducation, deceit, just illusions, and everything is twisted, warped, perverted, not whole. And when it's not whole, it is an untruth. It is not a 0 point whole. There's a piece missing. Something's missing. And you can equate that to an algebraic equation made up of algorithms, which are infinite, like pi 3.14, infinite. There's no answer, there's no ending. It's like it cannot ever be solved. Instead of teaching salutary things that solve problems, conquer issues, and that's like geometry and physics and things like that. And so anyways, my channel is all about non-judgment, non-labels, education in truth, in justice, right versus wrong, good versus bad, prophecy, astronomical, celestial, planetary events, the makeup of your biological and anatomical, physiological structure, society, the environment, religion versus politics, broken, failing systems, and change and revolution, and being a pioneer and a visionary, and solving problems rather than putting band-aids on things, curing things rather than finding temporary solutions that don't last just for instant gratification. And then things like hopping the bandwagon, jumping from team to team, being a fair-weathered friend. And one of the masters who have walked this planet before, Martin Luther King himself, said, do the right thing even if you stand alone. And then there have been others that tried to teach the truth and how to be free and peaceful and kind and compassionate, caring and generous and giving rather than taking. And that was Jesus. And, you know, he was crucified, hung on a cross, whatever you want to call it. The constructs that are in place were set in place for a very real purpose. And that was to keep people blind, keep them slaves, and keep them unaware and uneducated on truth and freedom and sovereignty and rights and peace and harmony and coexistence. And they've been in play for a very long time. And at this point on the infinite timeline of Earth and Earth's ages and cycles and revolutions and evolution and growth and expansion and learning, now it's come to a point where those things aren't working and people are becoming aware that they're not working, and that is happening on a global scale worldwide, and people are not, they don't know what to do. They think they're going insane. And it's going to take some real freaking troopers. And you can call yourself a light worker, a saint, a prophet, a disciple, a believer, a child of God, the elect, the chosen, a teacher, rabbi, rabboni, yoga, yogi, whatever you want to call it. If you are feeling in your gut, heart, intuition that you are being called to help lead others to truth, justice, equality, peace, harmony, victory, and freedom, you're a light worker. And we have a very, very massive responsibility upon us, not to be easily swayed and not to fall for deceptions, and to stand our ground, be loyal, faithful, full of integrity and authenticity, originality, being real, being truthful, no bullshit, no sugarcoating, tell it like it is. And with that also comes persecution and judgment and labeling and hatred and bullying and the proverbial crucifixion of one's character, mental status, lucidity, sanity, education, experience, things like that. And that's what I'm about, is like it, don't like it, agree, don't agree, argue or concur, have a judgment, a perception, a feeling, an opinion, debate, something like that. Great. But I'm not going to try to conform anyone. I'm not going to try to justify myself. I'm not going to try to prove anything to anyone. I am only going to give research, facts, evidence, proof, truth, backed by my personal experience, my journey, my path, my mission, as well as what I have learned by seeking the knowledge and not taking everything at face value that comes my way. My next video, as a matter of fact, I'm going to do a shout out to different channels where I personally vouch for them. And that takes a lot. When I vouch for someone, I have to be 100% sure that they are worthy of my advocacy for them, because so many are just so, like, they're sellouts. What do you want me to say? Like, the next coolest, brightest fad that comes through, they're going to hop the bandwagon and forget you. And it's about loyalty, truth, authenticity, originality, being unique, being original, good, bad, beautiful, ugly, and brutal. Truth is truth. justice will prevail, right is right, wrong is wrong, good is good, bad is bad, helpful versus hurtful. And I can personally vouch for these people, these channels, the information that they give, whether you're looking for something spiritual, whether you need a coach, a mentor, a guide, whether you're a truther and anon out there and you're seeking truth, whether you are religious and you're seeking truth, whether you are a member of a family, a mother, a pregnant woman, a single father, whether you are the recipient of abuse or torture or rape or death or disease or anything, whether you are seeking biochromosomal information as far as health and well-being and whole mind, body, spirit connection. Number 3, Trinity, pyramid, whole health, 369, each integral system plays a part in the entire whole of the unit. And for me, I don't judge people, I don't label people, I don't hate on people. I don't allow bullying or anything like that, real hateful, malicious argumentation and debate. If you want to swap notes and have a friendly debate and share ideas and brainstorm and try to come to conclusions and solutions together, I welcome that. I beg people to give me your questions, give me topics you're interested in. YouTube really screwed me with the live stream thing because I was able to go on live stream and just have live Q&A, whatever topic you want to discuss, let's go. And then they were like, okay, 1,000 subscribers. And then now I'm hearing it's up to 5K. And I'm like, okay, really? So I may be in the future sometime soon going fully to Facebook, where I have a pretty large audience and family and things like that. And that's a big pill to swallow for me because a lot of discrimination and bullying comes into play. For me personally, the worst forms of judgment I have ever endured have come from my relatives and family and very close family members and peers. So I don't want to abandon my YouTube peeps, because you guys are like the reason I get up and do this. Is if I can share one helpful piece of information that helps you guys in your quest in any little way, I feel like, yes, awesome, But I don't have a team. I don't have a green screen. I don't have a studio. I don't edit my videos. I don't have scripts. What I do need to do, and I do plan on implementing, is use of all my journals and my research and my calculations and everything. That way I can at least have highlighted topics to discuss, because when I start trying to analyze and go through everything I want to speak about, I get up against this block, and then I'm like, oh my God, how am I ever going to talk about biogenetic chromosomes and astral, celestial, planetary events, and then naturalism and prophecy and ancient scripture and archaeology and how and alchemy, and there's just so many topics, and it's how am I going to do it? So the best way for me, honestly, is Q&A. You have something you're curious about, you want to learn, you want to have just another research point to explore, or a theory, or something maybe that I can say, hey, I experienced this and this is what I learned. Go do your own research, whatever. I would rather that type of platform, but in my current position, it's near impossible to do that, to just have resources to be able to explore. Everything I do is here, books, and then multiple internet platforms, not mainstream. I seek out all the back doors, and it's not a good place to go, and I don't recommend it. But For strong people of strong will and character like myself and fortitude, um, we don't have that thin of skin, so to speak, so it doesn't really affect us. It's not like if I see some filth and some like CP or trafficking or something, I'm gonna literally make an intention to blot that out of my memory rather than take it with me for the rest of the day. So, there's dark web resources and I don't recommend them, but I have used them and I still continue to do so, but that's only in my pursuit of truth and justice and freedom, victory, sovereignty, harmony, balance, healing, all the good stuff, education, nutrition, spirituality, connection to source, which is our ultimate prime creator. And to me, I study under the best teachers that ever walked this earth, like Jesus, like Socrates, like Plato, Aristotle, Galileo, Hippocrates, Persephone, Horace, Merlin. So many greats, man, so many greats. And then current truth tellers, which big huge shout out to Korn. You guys knew, those of you that know me knew I would do this, but today, June 26th, release on tour this summer. If I miss that show, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't even know. I don't care if I have to hitchhike, scalp for tickets, sleep out like I used to back in the day. They're coming to Camden, New Jersey in August, and I'm not missing that show. Come hell or high water. All right? Now, that is how I roll. I stick with the people that tell the truth and don't sell out, and even 25 years later, still speak the same messages and have suffered every kind of horror that you can imagine, just as I have, whether physical or not. There's lots of stuff to talk about, and this is the Reality Truth Channel. If you want at least even resources or platforms or answers, or based upon my personal experience or research and things that I've done, name your topic. Like, I want to discuss it all. I'm here for you. Okay, I've already solved the problems. I've already found the solution. I still am a living human, work in progress. There's no attaining perfection. Earth is pretty much a school and learned lessons, and then what you take to the next level in the game, right? Or the next grade you ascend to, right? And so I just want to share what I've learned, and if that helps somebody, then awesome. That's all I want to do. It's not about fame. It's not about money. It's not about glory. It's not about riches, recognition, a pat on the back, nothing. It is honestly to spare even one other being from the traumatic horror that I have existed through and come to realize wasn't my fault. Every action since the original corruption has been nothing but a reaction to systems and corruptive things that were already in play for a very long time. And most of us today are products of our environment, what we were taught to believe, the ways we were raised, the things our ancestors were taught that relentlessly through the cycles got passed down and forwarded and forwarded. And it's time to change. And that's what my generation is all about, being born in the 70s and being the rebel generation X of the 90s, the misfits, the nonconformists, the rebels, pioneers, the OGs, original gamers, original gangsters. We're here to tell it like it is, and we honestly don't care what other people think. We're going to be real and authentic and not sell out. And we have been proverbially crucified for being real and authentic. So we're not superficial. We are not sugarcoaters. We don't bullshit. We tell you like it is, and you can take that and do whatever you want with it. But we're going to be real. And that way, that proves for itself who you can trust and who you can believe, who has faced oppression and things like that for being themselves and being authentic and real, and who has sold out. Well, on Sunday morning I'm going to preach this, but 6 other days of the week I'm going to go and be this kind of person, wear my Rolex with my mega church and pay the steeple, right? And things like that. Fake. So, anyways, I encourage and welcome all questions, comments, sharing, getting the word out. And then my next video is going to be a shout out to all the truthers, prophets, disciples, justice seekers, real truth seekers out there, and knowledgeable, wise guides and teachers and mentors and true friends of the heart and soul that are out there, and maybe dispel some misconceptions and maybe put some realism into truth and light and what that means and the responsibility that that does carry with it. Okay? Love you all.